It's a lot better, bro. Let's get this shit started, bro.
Let's go.
Let's go. Weekend, bro. How was it?
Man.
Let's start by that, Brody. Let's start by that.
I don't even know what to tell you, bro. Universe. Sometimes things just happen. But it was a crazy weekend for me, bro.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, we left Cabo. Cabo was a blast. Right?
Yeah.
Cabo was fun. And then I went to Albuquerque to go visit home. I actually drove in Cinco de Mayo to see the fam. Obviously, you know, I've been kind of newly single, so I kind of got out of like a relationship. But it was freshly, like wasn't even planning anything. I decided to meet up with somebody. Met up with her. Had my boy Obi come through. Shout out Obi, always.
Obi's with me. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna get into that. He knows what's up.
Yeah, so we go out for a few drinks. I invite her out, and she brings her friend. And we're sitting there at happy hour, bro, having a blast. Good conversation, about 30, 40 minutes. I got to go to my little brother's basketball game. So we're about ready to wrap up, like leave the whole place, all of us. Yeah. And I go to the bathroom, come back from the bathroom. I actually know this girl since like high school. Like me and her go way back, but like there's like a 12-year, 10-year gap where we don't even know what each other's life was like. So we're catching up. Well, I also know the person that, you know, is her ex. And like he grew up down the street from my grandparents' house, and he's the type of guy that's always like played like gangster, and like his parents got money. They got money in Albuquerque, and so he walks up and he's shaking Obi's hand, and I'm leaving the bathroom, and I'm like, okay, let's go. So hey, what's up, brother? I know you. Yeah, I remember you. We grew up by each other. He's like, yeah, what are you doing here? And I'm like, oh, just having lunch, you know, me, Obi. Oh, he's like, who you with? And I'm like, oh, shit. Jamie, her friend, Obi. He's like, my girl? And that's where it kind of got awkward. And I'm like, and Jamie's walking out of the bathroom, and she comes and she says, you know, blah, blah, blah. Very little, like, leave me alone. And then gives me a hug, says I'm leaving. Because we're all leaving anywhere. Yeah. So I'm like, then he sits there and just, like, stares at me. So we're just having this, like, staring contest. And then he's like, hey man, I appreciate you talking to my girl. I'm like, I don't know, I really didn't look like your girl. And then he stands up in his conversation. He stands up. I'm like, we gonna do this? Like I see his 3 boys over there in the corner. I see security start to like step up, and he just looks at me, and then he like calls his boys over, goes to his table. So he goes to his table. I tab out Obi. We gotta go to my little brother's game. So we leave. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? God, I was having a blast. So we're leaving, bro. Within 40 minutes, I'm getting a call from a number, and it's blowing me up. And we have a conversation because I'm like, you know, I answer the phone, and the conversation gets like dark, deep, like arguing. Well, you know, fucking, I lose my temper. I'm thinking like Will Smith, like Chris Rock on the stage type shit, like compose yourself. So, bro, for 72 hours from Cinco de Mayo, 7 p.m. till Monday, 9 a.m., I'd say, maybe a little later, it started to stop. But I got like 90 missed calls. Damn. I got death threats. I got texts that were going to say, like, I'm going to go to your mom's house and, like, stomp her face in. Like, I was getting all these messages are coming up. Like, boom, this number. Bling, like, hey, you want to mess with my homie's girl? I'm going to send a big black man to your house. I'm like, what? Like, I love what? That's weird. All right. So, like,
what the fuck?
I'm, like, taking everything serious, bro. I'm locking down the fort. I'm holding down all doors. You know what my family means to me. I'm taking everything serious. I'm like, I haven't seen this guy. And I remember one time down the bus stop, he like pulled out a little gun, and he's just always playing. And I don't know why I play gangster, because you got money, because, you know, your parents did well, and, you know, just didn't. Anyway, so I'm taking all threats serious. I'm calling in all contacts, bro. I'm going dark web. I'm going right internet, and I'm like trying to figure out what his MO is. Because I'm serious, bro. Like every, I'd say, hour, I was getting at least 2 missed calls. And a text. Hey, homie, what the fuck, homie? You're a bitch, homie. Like all this shit. And I'm like, so after I do the contacts, call the network, and I actually end up hanging out with old girl again like 2 nights later. And come to find out, one of the other numbers, the big black man that's coming, is his other phone. So he's texting me from the same number phones, and acting like somebody else. So I'm like, okay, mental health. I know where you're at. I'm like, now I'm feeling a little safer. Things are going a little smoother. I'm like, okay, this guy sees my mom at the parking lot. Like, he ain't gonna do anything. Yeah. So, man, I'm just kind of like, all right, well, I need to get, yeah, bro. And you know what, man, you know, it really got me, D, because like, there was a point in there where I just thought of Denzel's words, and it was like, you know, at your best times, the devil comes for you. And I was just like, you know, but I started to think about like anybody else that like my best friends, little brothers or whatever else, like, you know, anybody, the smooth cat that's asking a girl out on a date, you know, and bullies, bro. I just hate bullying. I have a thing with bullying. Like, you have that feeling like you don't want to walk home from the bus. Like, there ain't many people that could just say, okay, I'm going to dip out to Oklahoma or I'm going to dip here. Like, you're going to have to see that person at the bar. And when Albuquerque's kind of small, there's only a few places everyone goes. So it's kind of like, I feel for them. I'm like, if he could do it to me, then he could do it to anybody. So I ended up just telling old girl, I think you need a break. I took the Drizzy approach, and I was like, I'm going to follow your girl, and I think you need a break. So she actually ended up coming to Oklahoma. I brought her out to Oklahoma just to like, but on some real shit, like really like no play, no game. I just got a relationship. I'm like, and really, since I took her back to Oklahoma, you know, the first person we see is the person I just got a relationship with. So that was fucking, like, call me out toxico, I don't know, but it just, some stuff that just went down, yeah. And the biggest thing I think I want to talk about in the whole subject is like bullying. Like, you don't mess with people. You don't do that. You don't like change somebody's self-esteem. And I'm like, but I like the way I handled it. Homeboy's got some harassment charges. Like I said, homegirl had a good time. Baby girl, she shout out to her. She's put up with a lot. It was so much fun this weekend. I was at the Pink Gala Ball.
Yeah, bro.
You saw that. That was a blast.
All that shit it's not worth the time and energy, bro, to put it into somebody, you know. And when it comes to that kind of shit, it's just like his mentality is totally different. Because if I am him, I'm like, bro, I'm not fighting for a girl. I'm sorry. I'm not fighting for a girl. I don't care.
I'm not threatening anybody's life. Yeah. Like, and bro, on Mother's Day.
And then saying that you're going to mess with your mother when your mother had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That to me is just full insecurity, full like, bro, you don't just say you do it. Shut the fuck up. I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it was crazy. It was a lot. I mean, I encourage like just to be the higher ground. I'm like, if you want to get violent, like, let's take your company, my company. I'll use my network. Let's raise awareness for gun awareness. You know, one of my buddies, John Acosta, shout out John Acosta. He just did a Albuquerque film that is raising gun violence awareness. Like, let's fight for free in the cage, MMA, boxing, and let's find other, maybe Jackson's Gym, you know, comes on board and we do it for donations for the kids, and then we get the stress out. Like,
that's a lot of madness.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. It was a long weekend.
Yeah, it's a lot of madness, and there's a lot of things going on. You know what I'm saying? But that, bro, Yeah, can't put too much energy into that shit, bro.
No, you're right.
It'll pull you away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Bro, we got VCon coming up this week. We leave on
by
Thursday.
The time this comes out, we're gonna be flying over there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, bro, that's full focus. That is like, it's just, yeah, bro, we're locked in. Like, you know, we're gonna get this shit. But yeah, bro, it's a lot of madness. Like, I want to get this shit out of the way because I don't even want to touch it. But like, bro, did you see the goddamn shooting in Buffalo?
Yes.
Bro, so unfortunate, bro. Like, you're going to do something simple as grocery shopping and you never crosses your mind that you can lose your life because somebody just is racially motivated and just goes there on some Call of Duty bullshit, like,
or bro, even in this scenario, like you just go on a date with a chick that you think, you know what I'm saying?
You don't think none of,
like,
you know,
mental. It is Mental Health Awareness Day, and I think the people that do this stuff, there's just like the mental health is not there. Like the mental health's not there, and I feel like, you know, you need to bring awareness to that. I feel like the thing to mental health is meaningful purpose. Yeah. Like if you have meaningful purpose in your life, whether that be like a long-term vision of what you want to do, whether that be a great father or a great leader, if you don't have that meaningful purpose, you search for pleasure, I feel like, you know, and then whether that be just like a new high, a new vacation, a new girl, a new this. There's no meaningful purpose, and mental health like suffers. Yeah,
I think mental health it shouldn't be a month, or I think it should be a year-round thing just to keep awareness of it, because it is a thing, bro, and it affects us in so many ways. I mean, I don't even know. Like, one of the things, obviously, that like I sometimes get I feel like it affects my mental health is obviously, like, I feel like if I were to go full time at a like regular job or like even where I'm at right now, I can't do it because of my mental health. I just don't.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm a creator. I've tried to entertain it where it's like, oh shit, I need a little bit more money, this and that, even finding a second job. But that to me is just not an option. Like I'm finding it and trying to figure it out where it's like, I don't want to exchange time for money. Like I want to find a way where my money works for me. So I'm still trying to figure that out. But I think that's one of those where I think where my mental health struggles a lot is like when I'm at work and when I have to, you know, work an extra day and like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like,
but I think at the end of the day, you still have something you want to accomplish and work towards. And it keeps with the podcast and everything else you do, and that's meaningful purpose.
Yes, it keeps me going for sure. Like the podcast, the ability of like travel, you know, staying in shape.
It's like even the old saying when I was in school, like my grandpa would always just tell me like idle time. Like if you have idle time on your hands, it's like kind of when the devil works, you know what I mean? Or when bad things, or you seek pleasure because you don't have meaningful purpose you're working for. And that pleasure could be bad. You know what I mean? You're chasing dopamine here, dopamine there, and you have nothing purposeful. Instant gratification, and it's just a spiral. Yeah,
bro. It's a lot of craziness. That to me, bro, and like if I look into it like deeply, when we talk about the whole incident that happened, there's also a shooting that happened also in Houston, and I think one in California. But I don't know, bro. Sometimes I kind of want to think that this shit is maybe planned for distraction. I don't know. Like I just, to me, it's too coincidental. Like we got inflation going on, we got the war, we got a lot of shit, and it's just like, why all of a sudden? And it's always, for the most part, like it's either a minority case, like it's just something that has to do to keep us distracted from something.
I think honestly, I mean, I definitely agree with you on the distractions. I don't think it's as big as you think. I think what it really is media's driven off of negativity. Because when you look, bro, when me and you have arguments, the negative side always gets the more like the comments, the attention, so when I'm the news and I'm News 7, I'm like, what's negative right now? Who's dying? Who's this? What haven't we not used?
Negative controversy.
And that's all they put out there because that's what grabs. And as humans, we naturally gravitate towards negative. It takes the light, and you
see a positive video, you're like, negative. Oh, what is going on?
Yeah, what is it? Why? I don't know. It's human nature. It is human nature, and it's a lot harder to be positive, you know? And that's why I think when you don't have that meaningful purpose and you have that time, it's easy for those pleasures to take over you and you lose sight of what's real, you know? And that's that meaningful purpose shit. Like, you know, and I don't know how you find that. If someone doesn't have that right now and they're like, okay, well, how the fuck do you find meaningful purpose?
Yeah.
I think that's why you have to stay true to what calls you. Whether that be a good dad or do this dream or that dream, or, you know, what calls you just got to stay true.
Man, prayers go out to all the people that lost their lives there, bro. I watched that video, bro. My heart would drop, bro. I was like, because I always picture that, and I always picture myself in that scenario of like vulnerability, like, oh shit, like I'm doing, you know, grocery shopping and something like that happens, and it's like,
bro,
fuck.
Anything else? I just saw I saw a friend in Texas. She just posted this. Do you know that this was 2 Mavericks games ago? A dad and his daughter. She's 15. They went to the Mavericks game. They leave he's in the Mavericks game. He sits in his seat. She gets up to go to the bathroom. She never comes back from the bathroom. Loses her. They just found her a week ago in a Motel 6 in Oklahoma, solicited for sex, and the cops just found her. Dead. Yeah, and they said that the man
found her dad.
No,
dead.
They found her just alive. like she alive. She was just she was on a sex website, and people were going over to the motel to see her. Yeah, and the cops raided it and found her. They verified the pics online to the parents, and they said that they looked at all the tape in the Mavs, and the guy got in with a fake ticket. And just abducted her. Abducted a teen.
Wild, bro.
Isn't that fucked up?
And it's so bro.
And the dad didn't leave with his daughter. Could you imagine leaving that game?
Bro,
that night?
I don't give a fuck at this point. Like, you got to go to the restaurant. I'm going with you. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I got to protect you at all. Because at a Mavericks game, at an NBA game in general.
Well, that's true. Hispanics are a little more because we have to deal with it more. But that doesn't happen in America. That doesn't happen in our settings, right? It sucks.
You would never think going to a game. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't think. So I can't even blame the dad because I wouldn't think either.
Me neither. But now that you say that, it's like, damn, we got to get to that point.
No, you got to get to that. That sucks.
It's wild, bro. And the whole thing, like the trauma that it causes her. Yeah. Like mentally, she's got to be like, either like PTSD,
bro,
like it's
PTSD for sure.
Yes, because it's like, come on,
you're 15 like, and that in a Motel
like
6,
what do you tell
and
them?
Who knows
like,
what happened already?
What do you tell the girl? Like, hey, you're gonna be a sex object, and if you don't do it, we're gonna kill you. Yeah, and then now she's frightened, and she's
what they told
you know
her,
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, bro. There's a lot of Let's tear it around. Let's get positivity, but
it
brings awareness.
One more thing, because we got to touch this, right? We'll definitely stir into the more positive, funny shit. But another thing is like what do you think about the abortion law, bro? Like,
bro, it's whack.
It's fucking
what's
wild.
going on right now is whack. Like, that is awful. I feel bad for girls, bro. Shout out New Mexico, man. Let's go. I need this. New Mexico. A lot of the local politics don't sit easy with me because some of the decisions we make. But hey, you can go to New Mexico right now and get an abortion. You know.
I think it's bro. The thing is, like, it's crazy how a bunch of white men in Congress decides, like, how, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, how, like, oh, we know we control your body pretty much. They're telling the women, we control your body. You can't abort. It's your body. You know, but you can't fucking abort. You can't do shit with it. And they're like, oh, we care about the new life, right? But there's scenarios where, like, babies are born and they either get adopted for, like, they put in a foster home, or they're, like, living very poorly. They don't take care of the baby properly. So it's like, it's kind of,
some babies have been dumped in New Mexico dumpsters.
Exactly.
They've been dumped and died.
So if a
person,
if a female is like, damn, I'm not in the position to have this baby.
Right.
I got raped.
That's responsible. They got raped.
If they, you know, like, I have to keep this baby, and if I don't, I'll go to jail. Like, bro,
it blows my mind.
This is wild, bro, and it scares me because it starts with that shit. But then what else can they implement to keep controlling us even more? I mean, you talk about the law of Julius Jones, of, you know, not giving them a chance and all this craziness. Like, it just blows my fucking mind. And, like, what can we do?
But you know
to change it?
Well, you know what I have faith in, though, Darwin? What I have faith in is the system still intact. And what Congress has always been about in history of time, is what we do as Americans is we bring things to Congress, we bring problems, and we argue them. And we have two parties that argue these problems, and we come up with the best solution. That practice is still in play, but the characters that play that game, they're getting older. These politicians, you see, you know, Pelosi and all these people, they're old. And we got a new generation that grew up with the internet, that grew up looking not just at the Catholic Church. Change? I think it's eventually going to change. And my faith is that the system stays in place. We argue, because the best way to find a solution is take the smartest minds, bring them together and argue it until we get it correctly. That's a good system. I like that system. But the characters that are in those roles today, that needs to change. And I know there's problems with the Electoral College and stuff like that. And nothing's perfect. Change is slow, always will be, always has been. But I have faith in that our system is still intact. We just need to change the players. Like, they're old. Get them out of there, man. Let's talk about this new stuff. Like, we grew up with the internet. We didn't grow up in the Catholic Church as much as they did. Like, you know, we see things a little different, and let's change it up. Yeah, I know. Like, that shit just doesn't make sense. There's a lot of, like, things that they're saying, like, they care about the, you know, living being, this and that. If they cared about that, they would provide daycares for free. They would provide, you know, when you go and get your baby's formula, they would provide all that shit if they really cared about life, quote unquote. So I don't know, bro. It's just, to me, it's just kind of messed up that, like, I agree, they can't make a decision and be like, hey, it's my body. I don't want to have this because I don't feel like I'm in a position, or whatever case it may be. I got raped, whatever, you know. It's kind of messed up. So hopefully there's a change there. And, you know, I know people are very upset and they're protesting, and hopefully there's a change. Well, there's a power in voices. So we got to, definitely talk about it, you know, because it's just one of those. But yeah, bro, let's switch it up real quick. But it's still kind of interesting. This one right here, bro, is, you know, Young Thug and Gunna got RICO charges. And I'm over here like, damn, that's crazy, because they've been studying them for about, who knows, so like 10 RICO plus charges? Years. What is this? So RICO charges, if my brain doesn't fog on me, it has to do with, like, gang affiliate shit. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like what they got 6ix9ine for. Yeah, like gang that. Affiliate, like heavy, bro, but it is heavy. I forget. It's like drugs. It's like you're doing the act, but you're not doing the act. Yeah, so it's like drug. It's very heavy. Like, if you get charged with RICO charges, like they have been investigating you for years. Like the FBI, DEA. So they've been investigating him for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Young Thugger. And then, because the FBI, the police ain't gonna go to your house and raid your house with helicopters and all these SWAT team. They're not gonna do that just to we got a warrant here to search your house. No, they've been investigating you for years. Time and resources. Right? They felt like now was the time to go and invade him, and they did it. And it's crazy to me because it's like, bro, it's Young Thug, it's Gunna. Gunna's fire. He's out here in the, you know, charts, billboards. Like, why do you think
these artists when they make it, because they both come from the hood, they both come from nothing. And why do you think it's hard for them to leave the streets? Like you get the prime example, Gunna, like young star making like bangers after bangers, and then like you're making like, is it more like, okay, illegal money it's easier to make, and you don't got to worry about Uncle fucking Sam and taxes. You know what I'm saying? Is that what it is? It is just maybe you have ties that you can't. Maybe you let go, you're in a gang, and they're like, if you leave us and you gotta fucking do a sacrifice or whatever the hell, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think it is?
Yeah, I think it comes down to those things, those simple things, those primate things, those ego things, those pride things. There's also part of a subconscious thing, because that's the environment they've grown up in. I get it. Even the whole situation I just went through, like Albuquerque, we grew up. You're getting royalties in a business you got from your father. Like, I don't get why you playing gangster. There's no reason. Have meaningful purpose. Find a greater gift to the world. Like, and Gunna and these guys, maybe, they're making good money on what they, it could be greed. It could be greed. People get greedy.
Or power, because that also could come with power.
I don't see them in a position where, and it could be power, but a lot of it, and when you move the streets, street power. When you move the streets, you have, you walk around with that entourage, right? You have everyone willing. When you pay the bill, everyone's willing to fight for you, especially the guys from that side. You know what I mean? So I get that. I think it comes down to greed, ego, pride. We've talked about foolish loyalty. Yeah, it's a combo. But it's just it's disappointing.
It's wild because you're at the big stage, bro. Like you got all eyes on you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that to me.
So they always say the harder the climb, but the bigger the fall. Like, and it's, but it's up to you. You live and die on your own sword.
When you get up there, it's not about getting up there, because you did get up there.
It's about staying. They say all the time, stay. Yeah. How do you stay there? You can find a quick hit TikTok, quick this.
Yes.
How do you maintain? And that's always thinking
longevity. Yeah, that's what it comes down to, bro. And I think, we talk about it in all aspects. It's just like, always think about it long term. Always think about, like, if you can even find a way, like, oh, this can get me viral quick, I'm gonna do it, and this is gonna be my personality. You're gonna lose.
It's super negative. I'm doing it just because I know it's gonna be a hit. Like, don't spread negativity in the world. You're gonna get it back.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be a spiral that you don't want.
What you give is what you get. Slow.
Yeah.
Compared to negativity, like negativity is like that, but it's also gonna crash at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Well, my whole thing is, if you're the one putting it to the universe, it's that whole saying: what you put, you get back.
Exactly.
And you put a lot of that negativity, but it's making you popular because your likes are going up and you're bringing up all the topics, but you're just spreading negativity. I think in the end, you just become unhappy.
Yeah, bro. We'll see where they go, but they're getting 20
That's
20
crazy,
plus years.
Gunna, man.
Yeah, who knows, bro?
That was Gary Vee's guy.
Yeah, bro. He predicted, like, bro, you're gonna be big. You're gonna be huge. I think it was 2018.
I know Gary's hurt.
Yeah, I mean, come on, bro. Even like Young Thug is so talented.
Yeah,
making music, beats, has a record label, and they say his record label was just a disguise for like this gang affiliated thing. Like, shit wild, bro. Shit is wild. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I hope this is a prime example of, like, yeah, if you come from nothing and you had to start rough doing street shit, once you make it, let it go, man. Let that shit go, because it's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not. You know what I'm saying?
Worth it.
Yeah, it's not. But anyways, let's jump into the hot shit, bro. I see here you put on a COVID thing. What you think about COVID? I see here.
Yeah, so I was watching a podcast the other day with Elon talking about how technology is advancing so much, and we already outsource so many different things, components, jobs wise, that jobs are becoming fewer and fewer, and we're gonna be on a credit system. So, like, is stimulus the new credit system, to where if there's not enough jobs for everybody, does the federal government just randomly deposit new USD coins into your MetaMask and you get paid from the federal government?
For doing what?
For doing nothing, because there's not available work. Like, and he predicts that this will be a problem. So when he was predicting that, I was like, well, it is weird how we talked about, and I remember a conversation about the Fed talking about how stimulus could be a new way for the economy to thrive. That stimulus and pumping money into the economy could be a new way to look at economics. So I was thinking, I was like, if Elon's predicting this, and then, bro, this weekend I had a conversation with someone about, the jobs report and them saying, well, there's people that need that. There's all kinds of these jobs filling and no one wants to work. I'm like, that's funny because that is a narrative and they are pushing that narrative. But when you think about it, I look around at all my friends that even don't have jobs, and like Obi was one of them. And for a little while now, he's working with San Diego National Labs. Good for him. But all the server jobs are available. Server positions are the only ones open. And you only make $2 an hour, bro. And when shit gets tight like it is now, a lot of people don't tip. And you got to be every day. So the server positions and the bartender positions are the ones that are vacant. Everyone else is looking for good corporate jobs. They want to work for Tesla, Facebook, Sandia, the government. Those jobs ain't really out there like that if you're looking right now.
Yeah.
The server jobs are. So that narrative is kind of off. And then if you talk about that mixed in with them just stimulating the economy, maybe stimulation's a new thing. With Elon, one of our best entrepreneurs, talking about there's going to be a job shortage one day. And people aren't going to be able to work somewhere.
I think that's interesting, bro. But I think the whole thing is like the more money you pump, the more money you give, the higher inflation. Because you just can't print money out of thin air and just give it away. It just devaluates. I'm sure
there's got to be like a deleverage, but as long as the money doesn't leave the country's still valuable because the dollar stays within. That's why they get mad when like, someone like Elon or Bezos or one of those guys exchange for another currency and take their money to China or anywhere else. And that's the same thing with drug laundering. It's not drugs that they care about us getting. It's the money they care about leaving U.S. So as long as it stays pumped in the economy, like, is stimulus a new way of a credit system? And I started thinking, I'm like, we'll have this clip, and if 5 years from now we start getting credit payments, I'm gonna be like, shit. Maybe I was on to something.
Pull a Gary Vee. I told y'all, motherfuckers. I think, man, it's crazy because the reason why I feel like COVID gave us this sense of like, bro, why the fuck am I stuck in this system of working? A lot of people either started businesses, even if on tough times, they realize like, I appreciate my time to myself, but I also want to take risk. I feel like, because if you think about it, everywhere they're hiring, nobody wants to work.
But where? That's what I'm saying. As server jobs? Like,
that's
the only ones I see.
And
that's it. That's all I see available, and that's nothing to make a life.
Yeah. You can also look in Indeed. There's a couple, but it's,
it's here and far and few between. It's not the narrative that everyone's, kind of the blue collar. Honestly, when I have conversations with the blue collar out in Albuquerque, out here in Oklahoma, people don't want to work. There's jobs available. Get your lazy ass up. It's still that old, but like, are there quality jobs out there? And there's a bunch of us like you thinking like, well, damn, I don't want to just slave away for $14 an hour or $2 an hour as a server. And then somebody just happened to have a bad day, so they don't tip me my 20%.
Yes.
And like, they need to build in prices. That's just another subject, is servers. And what that industry is doing to those people.
So do you think like the service industry needs to get paid hourly instead of tips?
The service industry needs to get regulated by government. Government needs to step in and say, you can't pay these people $250 or more. You got to pay them a real salary, or not even a real salary, real hourly, or put in the tips in the bill. Either way, in the food cost, in the menu cost, there has to be gratuity in there and compensation for these workers, like guaranteed compensation. But the only way that happens, and I don't know if businesses they're gonna have to adjust their bottom line, because
I wonder if that's possible.
Well, it is.
If you can talk numbers about a successful restaurant, or like a mid-level, or a restaurant that's kind of like,
So you know what it does do? It does do is people that want to open small business restaurants aren't necessarily going to be able to. They're going to need more cash to do it, which I think is good, because they're going to need more cash. They're not going to just be able to say, hey, you guys are working for $2 an hour. I got 5-6 of you. Just open up this restaurant. They're going to have to pay them like $12. They're going to have way more cash up front to float their cash flow costs while they start business. It's going to hurt that. But you can put anything fixed into the menu cost, gratuity, all that. It's just as somebody willing to still pay and go out to eat. People are still going to pay and go out to eat. I'm going to pay and go out to eat. But now you're guaranteeing that someone's going to pay this 20%, or at least compensation on what this person deserves. People have been using free service on service industry folks forever, and it's not fair. And that it needs to change. And those are the only really jobs that are out there. Like, especially if you don't have work experience, that's where everyone has to go.
It's tough.
And it's tough because it's free labor.
Dealing with people is, I'm part-time and I deal with that shit on a daily, and I tell you, like, it's tough.
It's tough.
Retail, service industry, fuck, it is. Yeah. You have to have like patience in all levels. And yeah, especially in the service industry, you do not get paid what you are worth. So you have to really solely depend on those tips. And some people are not mindful. Like
some people are not mindful.
Even me, they messed up my food. And I think it's maybe.
And that's why even if it's bad service or even if they mess up.
I'm going to give you unless you give me terrible service, like on purpose.
Yeah. Well, on purpose. Well,
like if you're busy, my food is like taking forever. You're busy. I understand that. I put myself in your position. Like, damn, it's busy. The food is taking long. But I've seen where they're like, pass by, don't fill up my cup, and I'm like, shit, where's my water? Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they're talking and shit, and I'm like, you know, and I'm like, bro, I rarely give somebody a miserable tip, but I did it maybe like twice. It was terrible, bro. Yeah. But I put myself in every situation because I was a server. Yeah. Like I was, and I'm like, I know what it takes. You know what I'm saying? So I treat. You know, I make sure I give a decent amount of tips where, you know, when I go and eat. I like to eat.
Because you really know at the end of the day, you don't know what someone's going through.
Yeah.
And God, they have to be happy at work every day or else they ain't gonna get it. That's messed up.
And I want, I want to put myself in the position to, like, every once in a while bless somebody. You know what I'm saying? Rather if it's in a
that's
rather
love. Yeah,
bro. Like you give me good service. Like at the end, I'm just gonna surprise you. Boom. And then like even in McDonald's, bro. I remember this lady. She was so fucking nice, asking me how my day was while my food was. She was getting around my food ready. I'm like, bro, I swear if I had, because we need more people like them. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then that might make their day. And they like, okay, you know, you give, you're gonna get what you give, and like they keep spreading that shit. Like you know, it keeps going.
But bottom line, they just gotta regulate. They gotta guarantee them pay.
Yeah, bro. That was an interesting one there, bro. But. All right, Brody, let's get to the nitty gritty too. You already know we still on it. NBA.
I haven't been keeping up.
Okay, I'm gonna fill you in real quick. Celtics, Bucks, bro. The Celtics dominated. It was a game 7, good game, but Giannis had a terrible game, bro. I feel, you know, that's my guy.
That's my guy.
Tatum, Jalen, they look locked in. Marcus, I thought, bro, after that, because game 6, Marcus fumbled the bag. You know what I'm saying? 2 turnovers at the end. It was like, oh shit. So they got the job done. So I'm curious. I'm excited for Miami and the Celtics. That's gonna be a good one. I got Miami. I don't care what anybody says. They're going to the finals. Ooh. I already got money put into that. Miami, baby.
Wow, all the way. The Heat. You're a heater. Okay. Damn.
I always like the Heat, bro. Like
Tatum's so nice. Though.
I like Tatum, bro. Tatum is cold. But I got the Heat going to the finals.
That's cool. Okay.
But man, the Suns and the Mavericks, bro. Boy, Luka is different. Luka's different, bro.
He reminds me of Dirk, bro.
Bro, he is cold, bro. I
holding it together for him,
bro.
He's the man.
I really underestimated Luka. He's one of my favorite players.
He's turned into one of my favorite.
He's one of my favorite players. Yeah. I underestimated him because of his team, right? I'm like, damn, Luka's been dropping 30, 40, 50. But damn, his team ain't, like, the last 2 games, they weren't showing up. And I'm like, there's no way this is going to 7 games.
Yeah.
Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was Luka cooking them up, bro. Like,
yeah, I saw it all over Twitter. I saw Luka, like,
they destroyed them. Yeah. Like, I'm talking about CP3 didn't show up. Ayton didn't show up. Booker didn't show up. And then you got Dinwiddie, you got the other players.
Bro, did you see that one meme of Booker coming up stealing the ball from Luka?
Yeah,
and they said that's when the series ended.
That's it, bro.
And Luka looked at him and he was kind of like,
called him a bitch. Yeah. And bro,
and he ended it. Oh God. You know what that reminds me of? What? That reminds me of when Dirk, he was all sick. Finals game 3 on the thing, and then LeBron and Wade, they were just laughing,
celebrating, bro. I remember that game. Like,
they were on the interview, they were laughing, and then he came back.
They celebrated too early. They were up by like 20.
Yeah,
and I remember that because I watched that game, and I'm like seeing them celebrating. I'm like, it's cool to celebrate, but bro, it was at the wrong time because
Dirk was pissed. He was sick. He was sick during that series. He got heated. He did the Luka. He was the same thing. It reminded me of the same.
Yeah, bro.
They might go. What do you think? Who do they play next?
I think if they play the Golden State, that's gonna be a good series,
bro.
After this game, bro. After this series,
I'm excited about that one.
Yeah, after this series, I'm like, bro, I cannot underestimate this Dallas team because if they play exactly like the past 2 games where everybody's playing defense, everybody's putting their part, shooting threes. Because that's the thing, bro. Like, I know Golden State's focus is going to be like, oh, let's lock down Luka. But Luka's a good passer, so you can't double team him. He's going to pass it.
Yeah, and it's so big body.
And he's a bully, too.
He's a bully, bro.
Like, it's going to be hard. Like, I don't think Clay is going to be able.
You know, I think they're going to go fast pace. Golden State's going to just push the tempo. They're going to have to because and Dallas slows it down.
Yeah.
So if they just keep pushing the tempo.
What do you got on this one?
Man, that's tough.
I'm going to go.
Splash Bros.
I'm gonna go Splash Bros. I'm gonna go Luka.
I'm rooting for Luka. I'm rooting for Luka. But if you had to tell me to bet, if I had to put 10 grand right now on the game, or the series, I'm going Golden State.
I underestimated Luka. They were down 2-0 against the best team, best record. You know what I'm saying? And then Luka did it, bro. Luka's proven to do it. You know, you give them a solid squad. Fuck, this guy is gonna be.
I'm rooting
crazy.
I'm rooting for him.
Join LeBron in the Lakers, bro. That's what you need to do.
Or OKC. And
they're still young. I feel like they're too young. So let's talk about this real quick. James Harden. Does he deserve a max contract?
For how many? Well, I don't know. What does max contract look like in the NBA?
So
what is that? How many years is that?
So let's say 4 years, and I can be wrong. 4 years, let's say 150 million.
No.
Max contract, that's what it is.
I mean,
I don't think he deserves it.
I don't know how it affects the salary cap enough to. Yeah, there's a team that needs that. There's a team that needs him. They're going to get it with the sales, and they're going to get it with the tickets.
Maybe somebody's going to give it to him.
Somebody's going to pay it. The market's going to pay it.
Philly is not going to give it to him.
Philly's probably not.
I'm sorry. I just felt so bad for Embiid. Nah. I felt so bad for Embiid. Embiid was like, Harden is.
But he was hurt, wasn't he?
Bro,
it wasn't even
you're not going to be in the
full squad.
Bro, I don't care. You're not going to be in a game and be like, I'm hurt. If you're in the game, you go all out. Embiid had a face mask because his face was fucking fucked up. And he was like, I'm going to rescue this series because they need me. Harden can't close the series. So Embiid was like, all right, I'm not supposed to come into this game, but I'm going to do it.
And
give me a mask.
Hurt.
No, he got hurt. He missed out one game, and he had to come back.
Did he play the whole series, though? I thought
he missed one game, and he was not supposed to come back the second game, but they needed him. And he came out and performed. Why cannot James Harden can't do that? Why? That's what I'm saying. The guy is just a regular season player. I wouldn't build a franchise. I wouldn't give him a max contract. I am sorry. He doesn't take care of his body. Offseason comes, he's at the strip club, partying, eating fucking In-N-Out burgers. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's easy for me to just sit here and talk shit, but it's just like, right. But it's just like, bro.
I hate calling him out. I hate calling him out.
It's like with
we
this.
We got to talk about it.
It's like with anything, bro. When you put your mind into something, you go all out, right? Fucking today was a prime example. Tired as fuck, got off of work. Didn't want to do this shit, but I was like, bro, we got to do this shit. And I hit you up. We're here. We're consistent. Let's get it. Week in and week out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jordan Mamba mentality. Boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like that, Jordan.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. No, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to, like, as soon as you're done, you got to be in the gym, bro. Like, trust me, if I'm in the NBA, bro, this is my livelihood. I want to be remembered. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the thing that hard work. Hard work beats talent, and less talent works hard.
Exactly. Nailed it. So he doesn't deserve a max contract. We'll see what they do with him. He's not the same player anymore. I think his prime was in Houston. He hasn't done shit.
I think his prime was in Houston.
Houston, bro. Houston. Let's talk about it. This guy was scoring. He went on like a 30 game.
MVP.
30 points a night minimum.
The beard.
Yeah, the beard. Fear the beard. That's when the thing, and then we start. But this is the thing, bro. Like a lot of people will probably talk shit on me because I'm talking shit on James Harden. But it's when you were a player of that magnitude and you set yourself for that standard, you have to deliver. Because people like me, Stephen A. Smith, we love the sport. We know about it, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta
it's tough.
So
bro.
think about it, bro.
Not everybody wants to be the greatest, and honestly, sometimes
it's just a matter of the drive because
it's the drive. But sometimes you already like at what point do I say if I'm really putting myself in Harden's shoes? Like I'm in the NBA, baby. I got MVP. Like I'm gonna get this contract. Maybe I just kind of want to focus on my aunt and my mom right now because they're like really going through it. Or I'm trying to focus on these kids.
You see his story right now. He's probably at the strip club, bro.
This or that. Because
my thing is,
I don't really know unless you know.
Everybody has a different goal, but if you're so talented and gifted and you got it, I want to be amongst the greatest. I want to be I want them to remember me, legacy. I think that's what bro, your kids, your grandkids are going to talk about Jordan. Your grandkids are going to talk about LeBron and so on and so forth. They're going to talk about the greats.
Yeah.
And I think that's with anything. You know, when you look back,
honestly, and sometimes it doesn't call people like that.
You're gonna sit down and you're gonna sit your kid in your lap, and you're gonna be like, man, this is J. Cole. And he's gonna be like, damn, that's crazy. I hope my favorite rapper at the time is. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what it's about. But like you said, not everybody has that mentality.
Yeah.
If I get a life,
and you can't be mad at that.
You can't.
You can't be
that's
mad
fine.
at that. You can't be mad at that.
But
I mean, when you're debating sports, you got to debate sports. But
Right.
like, you can't be mad at life choices.
Right. I think it's just like for players like James Harden that won MVP, that became a star, that proven like, damn, this guy he's a scoring machine. You set yourself for this high standard. You're in the NBA. You're all eyeballs are on you. People are looking and like, damn, can he do this in the playoffs when it matters?
That limelight's tough.
And that's the playoffs, it gets tough. That's why, like,
tough, bro.
You got to give props to
you got to give them to all of I mean, they go out there and they perform. They put in work. They travel away from their families. Just for us to watch, entertainment.
But they get paid.
They do get paid.
They get paid to do that. That's like the dream job, bro. You can look at it however you want, but I think it's a dream job to just
for sure
go hooping and playing
hoops. Yeah. No, that is a dream job.
So this is the question I'm going to ask you. Mm-hmm. Is CP3 in your top 5 point guards of all time, despite the exit in this playoffs?
I love CP3.
If he never wins a ring in his life,
yes,
is he in your top 5 point guards of all time?
Yes.
God, Lee, bro, we can finally agree on some debates.
Let's go. I just have so much respect for him.
I thought about it,
what
bro.
He's done for the league on a professional level too.
I thought about it, bro, and it was very interesting. And I was like, at least he's at top 5. He has to be like the impact he's made in other teams. Mm-hmm. You talk about going to.
I don't know. There's some good ones out there though. God damn. AI, bro. You're talking about Muggsy.
Okay, I'm not going to put this in order, but we talk about Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
We talk about, I can say Isaiah Thomas.
Allen Iverson.
AI is one of my favorites, so I'll throw in AI.
Steve Nash.
I wouldn't put Steve Nash over
CP.
Oh, no, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
What
about
no
Tony
disrespect.
Parker?
Neither. No.
Ginobili?
No, Ginobili wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah.
No.
Tony
I think
Parker.
CP3. Maybe like he's right there with John Stockton.
Ooh.
But the thing is,
just Penny Hardaway.
It's the impact, bro. I think
the impact.
You talk about he made the Clippers.
He definitely deserves no heat for this Suns loss.
He
performed in the playoffs, bro. I saw when Booker was out. That boy was performing, bro.
But where I'm gonna flame him is crunch time. You're in a game 7 at home, bro.
Tough.
Fans paid not millions, but thousands. These tickets are expensive to see you.
Yes.
And you guys go out like that. Y'all got to leave.
That's not on him.
The team. Booker didn't show up.
That's the
Ayton
team.
didn't show up.
That's the team.
Nobody showed up.
Yeah.
But then,
I still give it to CP.
But yeah, I mean, still on my top 5. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but I like that. Shout out CP, man. I don't know how much you got left, but keep going.
Yeah, he put a quote today that said, as soon as the game got done, my son texted me, we need to be in the gym tomorrow. Damn. That's the mentality. And I feel like players
key,
lack of
bro. That's key because you know what they always say is hard times make tough people, and then tough people make easy times, and then easy times make weak people, and weak people make hard times.
Yeah, bro.
And bro, you got to raise you good. That's tight. His kid's got that mentality.
Yes,
bro. Good for him for raising his kid like that.
I think it all starts at the house, bro. I see this TikToker.
It all starts at the house.
Yeah, this TikToker, he does haircuts, bro, but he goes out and he's able to make content and he's been able to take advantage of this platform, bro. But this guy, I think is Vince, bro. He goes out and gives people free haircuts. He documents it, puts it out, and he mics them up and asks them what do you do for a living? What is your purpose?
Makes it a combo.
Bro,
wow.
Kids, bro. I'm talking about a kid that's 6, 7, bro. What? I'm gonna show you this shit because
it's cool convo.
Bro, it's a mature convo. I feel bro. I'm like, damn, bro. I want kids to have that mentality. This kid has a right head in his shoulder, bro.
Wow.
Let me see if I can find it, bro, because it's really it's crazy, bro.
Either way, I'm gonna look him up. That's tight.
Yeah, bro. Let me see if I can find it here. But yeah, bro, I think it's all the mentality, bro.
Well, and it's just a creative idea and creative ideas that bring value to everyone. And maybe he's got good advice. He's having mature conversations with these kids and
12-year-old, bro. So listen a little bit. Oh, we don't got that. So, quick. Big fan of the guy. So he knows what it's like to be a big brother. He knows what it takes.
How do you like middle school?
It's okay. Meeting a lot of new people.
What is your favorite thing about
Bro,
So
I like
yeah,
this guy.
Bro, he is that.
That's cool.
And he's a 22.
What a good idea.
22-year-old barber, and his mentality is like, let's get it.
Yeah.
And he's like, there's a couple of kids that have that mentality of like, I want to follow my dreams. I want to do this. I want to be big. I want to be positive. And it's like
Born with ambition, born with hunger,
bro.
Yeah.
So it's like,
But it's
CP3's son that
Yeah.
has that mentality. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what's been able to keep CP3.
so is it taught or is it born with? Are you
I
born
think
with
it's
it?
both. I think you can definitely like. I'm pretty sure his kid saw his father and is like realizing, I don't know how old he is. Like, damn, my dad is a star, but why is he in the position he's in? Then when he looks back, oh, he put in the work. Damn, every day in high school he'd wake up at 5, be in the gym, practice. Could be that they did the research and they know what greatness is.
So it's tough.
Because you go to the schools and you see people like talking about, oh, look at this basketball game, and like, oh, damn, my dad is a part of the association. Damn, you know what I'm saying? So it can be a lot of stuff, you know. I definitely think.
But then if your dad's the complete opposite, but you still have this same comfy scenario, and doesn't get mad at you for not getting up, doesn't hold you accountable, doesn't do these things to say do it. They're worried about their lives and they're saying, you know what, they're comfy. I just bought them what they needed. And is it taught? That's what I'm saying. Is it all parenting, or
I think it is
are
too.
you born with
I think it's.
Yeah.
I think it's taught, bro.
It's taught. Huh?
It's taught, but in my case, where I didn't have somebody telling me,
you had to learn.
I had
for
to
sure.
learn, yeah.
But that's
So
just scenario you were dealt. But it's still you still
Chris
learned
Paul's
it.
kid is probably a kid that has it all.
Somebody still taught you, like little omens of people you've encountered taught you things. You know, so that's interesting. That's a good topic.
Yeah. Good stuff there, man. Let me see what else we got over here, bro. This is a good ass little podcast, man. We talked about this. So I put in here marketing Apple, right? And then it's crazy because today I work at a cell phone place, so I help a lot of customers. iPhone's a popular phone, right?
Yeah.
And I always just like to have fun, make sure, you know, the whole upgrade process with me is smooth, friendly, we're talking. And I always like to, you know, every time I sell out an iPhone, like, hey, you know, iPhones don't come with the power brick that connects to the wall anymore because they got rid of it. The new adapters, Type-C, it's not your, regular USB. And I always just make the joke of like, oh, their logic was that they got rid of the power brick to save the environment, quote unquote, because everybody in their house has a power brick, but they don't have the new one, which is a Type-C. So it's another way for Apple to get money. That's why they're a $1 trillion company. And I'm going to say this right now, right? They're going to get rid of they're going to change this to Type-C, where you connect your phone, you're forced to buy a new cable, or they're going to get rid of it completely, and then you have to charge it with a MagSafe ring. I'm calling it right now. They're going to do that to make an extra source of income. They do it every time. When they got rid of the headphone jack, get the AirPods. All of us and our mamas have AirPods. It's smart. Don't get me wrong.
It's smart.
The way they position it,
business.
we get mad. Like, I got mad at first, but
you're still going to buy it. Yeah.
So I'm helping this couple, and they're like, you're pretty good at marketing. Like, you know your shit, right? And I was like, I mean, I got to study it, but yeah, because I'm kind of figuring Apple out. But it kind of made me realize, like, with the whole TikTok thing, and I kind of know what clips are going to pop when we edit these, you know, I'm like, oh, this is a good clip for TikTok. You know, it kind of put me in a position of like, damn, maybe I need to tap into that. Cause I mentioned earlier that I don't want to exchange my time for money. So maybe I can look into like marketing and social media strategizing for like maybe other brands,
bro,
and obviously keep growing this one as we go. And
100%, bro. We just met. We talked to Miller in Cabo. Shout out John Miller. his biggest first initial gig was because he did free Snapchat filters for Antonio Brown. He was just throwing out, he was designing these Snapchat filters. Some of them were cartoon characters of Antonio Brown running for a touchdown, this or that, but all these filters. And then Antonio Brown caught wind of them on Twitter, started using them, took a picture using it, and then decided to DM him and say, hey, would you be my creative director? Like, but he was doing free work.
Man,
Gary talks about that all the time. Like, you find a brand that you like and you make some cool creative shit, which I know you do, then you make that, like that commercial you did today, bro. That was so tight.
Yeah,
you and
bro.
Vanessa, that was dope.
Bro, that shit was tight. I appreciate
so you
it, bro.
do that, bro, for a brand you like, and you got to put in some free work. You got to do it for free and show them what you got. That brand might say, you know what, we got room to fit this guy, or we got this or
bro,
this. We need him on.
I'm
you know?
definitely like,
so
it
that's
opened,
a great idea.
Because when she said that, it kind of like
that's a great idea.
I'm gonna definitely tap into it because it's all I have some kind of eye, and I know what's gonna pop, what's not. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what brands you like. It's easy to do something for a brand you believe in.
Yes.
And then you do that, and you give them free stuff. Someone in that place, and that executive is gonna be like, I like this guy. He's hungry.
Yes.
You know, and they might offer you something big.
Yes, bro. So
I like it.
That's a big one, bro. So yeah, bro. Speaking of that video, bro, like
you should do it for Bad Bunny.
Bro, I have people tagging him on TikTok. I have people, you know, like just so he can see it. That's a little bit of exposure, right? But bro, it's crazy how I came up about that idea. I'm like, shit, I need something for the merch. I'm about to drop for, you know, Patalajo, and like I was stressing about it. I'm like, fuck. And then that idea came about, and it's crazy.
And then we didn't do the one in Cabo.
Yeah. No, but it's, bro, it kind of like, I'm kind of glad we did this one.
Lit that night.
Yeah, we got yeah. But bro, that was when I came up with the idea, you know, and I hit my girl up and she was down. I was like, hell yeah. And she first time on front of camera, she killed that shit. But I was excited, bro. Like the spark in my eyes, like this was like a Wednesday, and we were like, we're gonna do a Saturday.
Right.
I was excited. I was pumped, and like that's fire of like creativity. I was like, damn, I need this shit. And shout out to Santi, the bro. He was behind the cameras helping me. I was like, do this, do that. And he was also like looking and like, oh, we can do this. Oh, you didn't do this right. So boy is invested. My boy is invested, bro.
It's gonna pay off.
Yes.
Can't take it once it comes up
killing that
here.
shit, bro. He's killing that shit. We gonna eat. We all gonna eat. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But bro, it's crazy because we find this area, right? And this kind of sometimes makes me think like we live in a simulation, because we find this area deserted, right? Mm-hmm. There's a couple of ranches here and there. Mm-hmm. Kid you not, bro. Like we get there, the first 30 minutes, no cars. We're filming the first scenes, boom, boom, boom. As soon as it's time for me to fucking get butt naked, cars just start pulling out. From like, oh my fucking God. And we're
hiding
like,
behind the bush.
Yes. We're in like Billy's neighborhood and shit. We don't want to get the cops called because fucking
Darwin's naked on I-35.
We got a little brown boy over here naked. Like, what is he gonna do? Like, what is he up to? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, bro, are we in a simulation? Kid you not. Like,
just dragging on the pavement.
Yeah. I had to hide in the bush, put my pants on. No cars, hurry up. And I'm like, oh, fuck. It was challenging, but it was fun as fuck, bro. Like, I had hella fun.
No, it came out good, bro. That was a cool commercial. That was
so I want to put myself in that position to do creative shit, bro. Like, when we start doing commercials for us, like, what are we going to do? Like, oh, we're going to do this. Like, let's do it. Let's have fun. Mm-hmm. And, bro, that's what it's all about, bro.
That is what it's about.
And then once we get to the position where we can travel and, like,
well, I'm just excited about having this available at VCon. Like, bro, can't wait just to mingle around there and then just say, hey, hop on, let's have a conversation.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what
gonna
I mean?
Be dope. But yeah, bro, I'm excited, bro. VCon is right around the corners, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot of shit stored.
Yes.
But yeah, bro, you got anything else before we wrap this motherfucker up?
Nope, man. I'm excited for VCon. What a crazy weekend. Let's clear the mental. Let's bring mental awareness, mental health. No gun violence. No none of that. Let's put the egos aside. Love wins, baby. Love wins.
Do you get down?
Do I get down?
Like, do you get like? Yeah, do you have your moments?
Oh yeah, of course, bro. I've been down and out, but I think you fail fast and you get down and out, and you got to stay positive. And I think it's so much easier to do that once you build, like, it's like you lift and you build callus on your hand, and then it builds more and it gets tougher and tougher and tougher. You get that, and you move on. You find the positive things, and you always keep meaningful purpose in your life.
I don't know. It's because it's easier said than done, right?
It is easier said than done.
To move on from any scenario, right? For example, my car, we got in a little wreck, and I was like, fuck, coming like, You know, but then I was like, it already happened. There's nothing I can do. Cause on the way back, I'm like, fuck, I could have switched lanes or whatever, but I didn't know that was going to happen. So there's no point of me dwelling that my car got in an accident. We could have avoided this shit. Now I got to do a claim and I got to come out of money out of pocket, whatever. It's just there's no point. It already happened. Shit happens all the time. And it's like very few people are willing to pass over that hump because it's like, you're waiting in line and you're waiting too long and you get pissed because you're waiting too long in line. Like, that situation is out of your control. Maybe they're short staffed. Maybe, you know, it's a situation that's out of your control. And it's like, why do you dwell on it? Why do you get, you know, in such a bad mood?
There's a piece of serenity and bliss to living in the moment. And that's exactly what it is. It's like, let's not think about the past. Let's not worry about tomorrow. Let's live today.
Yeah.
And it's just, bro, because you do sometimes when you're on a track and you have exactly how the next 2 weeks are going to go in your head and you know exactly what's going to happen. VCon this, boom, 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 Cabo this, visit the mom, boom, 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 knock, knock, knock. And a curveball takes you out of that path because the universe did whatever it does. You can't dwell on that. You wake up the next day and you just say, well, okay, this just happened. Let me take it. And you know what? It's probably something's going to come from it. Something that that I'm not going to see till later, that I'm going to be like, thank God that happened because this came from that. And if that went to, so, you know, but you see it way down the future. So if that's the case and you've lived that scenario before, let's live in the present. Let's have serenity and bliss because we live for today. Mm-hmm. So I think that's what helps me get out of those two.
Good stuff. Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this motherfucker up. It was a good one.
Sheesh.
Y'all remember to like, subscribe.
Yes,
and
please.
let us know.
Boom,
Comment.
boom, boom.
Comment down below. We are out. Peace.